What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Anything Better podcast with your host, Paul Virzi over here, Bill Burr over there. We got the Beverly Hills Kid behind the glass over there. I even think we might get an appearance later from Jake the Snake. I mean, we're a week away.
Fan favorite.
You guys are listening. You guys are listening to episode number 86, which
I got some names for you here, Paul.
I got nobody.
You got nobody.
I got nobody. 86.
All right, here's the ones, the Pro Football Hall of Famers: Buck Buchanan, Dante Lavelli. Those are old names. James Lofton.
Oh,
I
great.
thought Lofton wore 80. I think he wore 86 late in his career when he went to the Bills or something. Did he go to the Bills?
No, I think he was 80 on the Bills.
He was 80 on the bill. How about him? He should get some sort of honorary award playing in freezing cold Green Bay and then went to the warmer climate of Buffalo, New York. Here's some of mine. Freddie Solman. I thought he wore 88. I just looked that up. But Stanley Morgan. Got to give it up to Stanley Morgan and Hines Ward of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stanley Morgan, the great wide receiver. Steve Grogan used to drop him in.
Hines Ward's a great one. Hines Ward is a really not talked about enough, underrated. That guy for the Steelers he was one of those guys after the catch, find more yards, great receiver.
And had a mean streak too. Like if a D-back picked off a ball, he could put a hit on him too.
I don't mean to cut this short. I got to get into this because it just happened, and I'm glad
you got something on your chest. You want to get it? We got to hear it.
It's nice to have a friend that you could unload it to sometimes. And I just got to start unloading dude. So I hear my wife going, I'm having a day. And she's on the phone and I'm having a day. This is right. So I go in because my daughter, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying
mistake, Paul. She's having a day and you go in. Terrible.
No, I go in the room to go, hey, Sophia wants to have a friend over. She wants me to go pick the friend up. I'm going to be doing something. Is there any way? And she goes, oh, so what do you want me to do? And I go, do you have a gap? And she goes, no. And I go, okay, no problem. And I close the door. And then she goes, I'm just having a day. And this person, she starts talking about, and she says some guy's name at the job, like that he's in trouble and things are all fucked up. And then I close the door and I look at my dog and I just go, who gives a fuck about so-and-so to Lloyd, right? I said it low. I just said it low. So I just go like, Lloyd, who gives a fuck about it? So she comes out and she goes, did you just say typical? Did you just say typical? And I go, no, I swear I didn't say typical. Right. So, but she walked at me like that. So I go, no, I didn't say typical. And she goes, what'd you say? I go, I looked at Lloyd and I go, who gives a fuck about that guy? She goes, okay, but you didn't say typical. And I go, no. So she goes back in the room. So I'm thinking.
So there was no, oh, sorry, my mistake.
Oh, no, she's having a day. She's having a day.
She's having a day. She's coming up to you like she's got the whistle around her neck and you called the wrong play. All right.
Here's where I started to think like, wait, what were you going to do? Like when you got up and marched and said, did you say typical? So I went back and I go, I'm just curious. I go, what did you think I said? And I didn't say typical, but if I did, what would you have done? What was that going to be? Like, I don't understand. And she's like,
I love you, Paul. That needed to be addressed. Most men don't do it.
And I go, yeah. I go, why did you come? She goes, I thought you said something and you kind of looked coy like you did. And I go, no, I said, I didn't know if you'd be mad that I was looking at the dog saying, who gives a fuck about that guy? But I didn't say what you thought I said. But like, why would you come at me like that? And I said it like the way I'm saying it now. And it was like, because I didn't know what you said. I'm having a day. Let me ask you something, Bill. Let me ask you something. Can I have a day?
I already know. If Paul's having a day, are you getting in her face?
In what fucking lifetime, in a million years, would I ever get out and go, did you just say that?
Paul, the water flows one way. Flows downhill. Downhill.
Wait, dude,
Guess
men
who's
should
down
do
the
that.
hill, Paul? Guess who's down the hill looking up at the fucking goddess?
We can't have a day. We can't have a day. Because then it's, well,
no, they'll just be like, well, you're just in a mood, and then they fucking walk away, and then you have to apologize for having a fucking day. Dude, my wife fucking tells me to leave the house.
No, I think my wife
I should just be like, you know, why don't you just go to the gym? Why don't you get up? Just throw me out of my own fucking house. And I'm like, no. You don't like being here? You fucking get out of here. Oh, Paul, you got me heated now. Dude, my wife the other day, right? She's fucking yelling at me. We're in this thing. We're in a fucking thing. I can't remember what the fuck it was about. I'll even say it was my fault. At one point, she's fucking yelling at me.
And they ain't doing that.
She's
they
talking to me like I'm a kid. So I turn around and I go nose to nose with her like I'm arguing with a call. I go, don't fucking talk to me like that. And then she's like, oh, you're going to get in my face? She starts going like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like she was going to kick my ass. So I talked to her afterwards and I'm like, did you do anything other than escalate the fucking situation? Oh, Paul, and here's the thing too. I was right. I was talking about fucking clutter. And you know how that works, Paul. When you're right, what happens? The second you're right as a guy, everything's in play.
No,
everything's in play. They go off topic, Paul. They put it in 4-wheel drive. Go over here. They start talking about your family. They're talking about, they're fucking all over the road. Can we do, it's just like, if I ever fucking did that, Paul, she was talking to me saying, you got your fucking drum shit all over the place. I'm stepping over it, cleaning up. And all of a sudden I start fucking bringing up some shit from her side of the family. Oh, forget it. Oh. Forget it. I'd have to apologize, Paul. And that fucking mistake that I made, is a day that lives in infamy. Like Pearl Harbor, 9/11. That's never forgotten.
No. But
Paul, that's why we have football.
Yeah.
That's why we love football.
Going nose to nose like it's a UFC stare off.
Oh, dude, I had like fucking had it, dude. It was like the third time in the argument. She was talking to me like I was a little kid.
Nah, dude,
I just wish I had a hat on so I could turn it around backwards. What are you gonna do? That's what she said to me. It was adorable. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna pick you up like a fucking little teddy bear. And I'm going to tuck you in like the child you are. And then I'm going to go fucking, I don't know. Where am I going to go, Paul? She's got me. She got me over a fucking barrel.
And it's funny when a woman said, it's like, what are you going to do? It's like, what can I do? I could throw you out a fucking window. It's what I can do, but I'm not doing it.
How about respecting the fact I could throw you right through the fucking bay window
I'm not
sit down and make a sandwich?
Yeah, you know what I can do. So don't question that. I'm not doing it. You know? You know what you should say to a son? Just look at your son and just go, listen, I'm happy you're getting married. When your son sits you down and goes, Dad, I think Christina's the one. I'm going to ask her to marry her. What do you think, Dad? And I'm going to go, look, dude, she's a great kid. I met her. Just know you're never right. You're never going to be right. So are you okay with that? That's what I'm going to say. Are you okay with Christina always winning?
No. You're never going to be right. And guess what? That's what I'm here for. That's when you call me. Don't say the thing to her. Say it to me.
Yep.
I'm going to let you get it out. Then I'm going to tell you some shit that your mother did to me. And then we're going to both laugh at the hopelessness of our situation.
And then we're going to go see a football game.
Dude, the fucking clutter. Paul, we have snacks for the kids sitting on top of the washing machine because the pantry is so fucking full.
Yeah.
It's like, are we in another pandemic? Like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna eat Cheetos to get ourselves. This is gonna be our nourishment. No fucking interest in a tomato garden or any of that type of fucking shit. But we got this shit ass fucking food. It's on the washing machine, Paul.
You know what it is, dude?
I got bags of fucking pretzels and Cheetos sitting on top of the fucking washing machine.
Oh, I got drawers of it. We got drawers of it, overflowing drawers.
You got
drawers?
Shit, what are drawers? You mean drawers?
Drawers, yeah, drawers. What did I say? Drawers.
The drawers.
Drawers.
Like he draws.
Yeah, they're packed with fucking shit chips.
I got drawers of it.
They're just shit chips. It's just shit.
It's shit. It's a bunch of fucking shit.
Nobody wants to eat it. It's overdone. You know what I don't like? This is what I don't like.
I don't like the walk up. You're sad. You're sad and you're filling it up with stuff.
I don't like the walk up thing. I don't like the walk up confrontation. I don't like the door opening and hearing the hard steps to me about shit that I'm not wrong.
Like they're the principal of the school.
Yes. Yeah. Can I see in my office for a
something
second?
In my desk and try to act like I'm not in fucking trouble?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah. Right. I could fire off the fucking deck is what I could do. But I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it.
Hey, listen, I got a bench downstairs. You want to go toe to toe so you can lift more? Come on, we'll do, okay? What do we used to call those things? Pyramids. We'll start with fucking 135. First person to tap out, all right?
Well, dude, I'm doing this.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm doing this new bit in my new special where I go, they could hit us. They could hit us. Even if it's a don't be a dick or get you a little rap on the chest or even one of these, Bill. Even one of these. Stop it. Stop it. Could you imagine? And you know, as a guy, you go, what?
Dude, she said, what are you going to do? Like she was doing a Hulk Hogan promo.
Listen, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. I have the vagina. I'm running shit. What are you going to do when I call a lawyer on you this Saturday?
What are you going to do with these? When I 8-inch.
When I give you divorce papers, what are you going to do?
These 8-inch pythons can't lift you.
When my lawyer takes out his pen and pencil sets. She literally said, what are you going to do? Like I was some guy talking shit that didn't know how to fight. And now she was going to, like she was Steven Seagal, like the first 5 minutes of the movie. Like I'm that guy with the ponytail that she beats the fuck out of and throws out the fucking window.
What are you going to do, brother? When I get custody over you, I get custody over the kids.
Oh, dude.
With the judge, it's brutal.
Oh, I wanted to pick her up and throw her in the pool.
Oh God.
Quit you crying. That could have been the driveway.
No.
What are you going to do? Who the fuck says that?
That's wild.
It's all wild, Paul. It's all out of bounds. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, dude. It's, and then afterwards, it's like, yeah, you know, I shouldn't have brought up your crippled uncle when we were discussing pretzel. You know what I mean? Like, it's always that. I'm sorry. Then I got to like fucking shake it off.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, Paulie, that's what they got football for.
I didn't mean to do it to you, but thank you. I just had to get it out.
Look at you looking. You're making me feel sad. You're looking down.
No, like, because hearing a door open with footsteps aggressively going towards you, and then having the question of, "Did you just say?" It's like, no,
yeah,
I didn't.
It's like this intimidation thing.
It's like I wish I had said it. I wish I fucking had said it.
Next time you should just get in her face and be like, hey, let me tell you something. I don't rattle. I don't rattle.
Oh, God. What can you do? What can you do?
You can watch football, Paul. You can watch the glorious game of football.
Yeah. Well,
and you can hit mute so you don't have to listen to the female commentator because they've infiltrated that too. You just can't get away from it, Paul. There's no way.
See, you do something different than I do. You watch all the games. I don't watch the games. I just watch the games that are televised in New York, and then I look at the scores, and that's how I look at it. I can't do.
I actually don't watch the game. I was watching the game. My kids they take up too much of my fucking time, so I watch a lot of highlights. I watch my Patriots.
Yep,
that's what I do. And but there's a lot of pausing. You know, my kids like to play home run derby, Paul. I mean, come on. I got to do that, right?
All right. So I got a question for you.
I got a question for you, Paul. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Did you just say that? Did you just say it? I was like,
yeah, they go De Niro on you.
Do the Kansas City Chiefs three-peat for the first team ever to do it this year or no? In your opinion, what are you thinking? I'm thinking no.
Well, it's never been done. I think they have a great chance at doing it. They're obviously the favorites, and but they're always just, I mean, it's beyond like keeping the team together, keeping as many coaches as you can, because every time you win a Super Bowl, people come in and pick your team apart. You also have to be lucky 3 years in a row where you're healthy enough to win the title, defend the title twice. It has to happen at some point. I think I'm going to say they're going to do it. I think they're going to do it. Like, I mean, as a Patriots fan, I don't want him to do it, not because I'm rooting against him, just because I know people are going to be like, well, he won 3 in a row. Tom Brady never did that. That means he is better than Tom Brady. They're going to do like that shit. But sports fans will always say something stupid. But like, I think I just don't see Buffalo ever getting their shit together. I'm done with them. I was on that fucking bandwagon. I'm done with them. I think the Jets are going to get him once. I think the fucking Dolphins are going to get him once.
I think the Bengals, dude. Joe Burrow's back healthy, and I think that they were a really good team before he got hurt.
I'm just talking about the Bills. I've given up on them. I'm trying to talk about contenders. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has like, that guy is a winner, and he has that thing. So that's another, the big question mark. It's all about when you play and how healthy you are. Because, the parity's pretty good in the league. But there's just something about the Chiefs, and also like the league needs something. The same way like the NBA needed something. It's a business, Paul. When fucking, Jordan retired, all of a sudden the Lakers become this pile-on superstar fucking team. No one gave a fuck about the Lakers once it became the Jordan era. And that was just fucking it. They were a joke. All right? And then all of a sudden Jordan retires. The Spurs are the Spurs, but they're not like a sexy team that they can really sell. And then all of a sudden,
small market.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, and then it became like, this is their business model came from the accident of the Celtics and Lakers becoming super teams. So that is their business model, to allow these teams to happen. So with the NFL, you had the greatness of the Patriots, and then everybody hating the Patriots and all the scandals, and everybody trying to like fucking ambulance chase and try to figure out. Although they have more paper clips than we do. Everything they could fucking figure out to say why we kept winning. So now that's over. All right. So now he's the anointed one. And the Chiefs are the anointed one. So it's great for football in their business for the Chiefs to go for 3. All right. So, and they are the champions 2 times, and they have like, like the league's behind them. The business of the league is behind them. Like Patrick Mahomes is like the face of the league, and the Chiefs, you got the Taylor Swift thing going that's bringing in more money. So when you're playing the Chiefs, you're going up against all of that.
You literally said exactly what I was thinking, and a perfect segue to what I'm going to say. And I know people are going to be mad. By the way, the more I watch Patrick Mahomes, the more I listen to players on the Chiefs, the more I watch Andy Reid in interviews, I actually don't hate the team. But what you just said makes me go the other way a little bit. But what I didn't like is, and again, I know somebody's going to listen to this and go, oh, Virzi's complaining. It always happens. I know it always happens where a star gets a call. I know that. But dude, honestly, to not get an offensive holding call one time in the AFC Championship game against the Ravens, and then to basically in the Super Bowl show them tackling Joey Bosa, where Kyle Shanahan went up to the ref and he goes, dude, that's fine, but you got to do it the other way too. And where Mahomes would have gotten sacked 2 times in a row, it's like, what breaks that, Bill?
They need him. They need someone. They can't just have Brady have 7 rings and have it be this untouchable thing. That's what happened in baseball. So many of those fucking records before the league was integrated, like these fucking white guys. There's some fucking that fucking guy had 190 RBIs. No one's ever gonna fucking break that. He didn't like the fucking 1930s. If you look at like records from back then, like that's why baseball looked the other way with the steroid era, because they needed some of those records to fall, because the whole thing was built in the past. And this is the thing, dude. Business watches what works and what doesn't, and they don't just do their business. Dude, you look at our foreign policy. You look what happened when we lost in Vietnam. Okay? they lost the support of the people. So they realized that. You lose the support of the people, you're going to lose the fucking war. So then the next time we come around, they, there was already that, hey, man, like the way they treated the troops when they came back, there was the guilt the nation had. They used that with all of this shit that's kept us in the Middle East for 20 fucking years, where all of a sudden you can't criticize the foreign policy without, then that means you don't support the troops. They welded that together. If you say, hey, man, what the fuck are we doing over there? Okay, they weren't part of 9/11. There was no weapons of mass destruction. This is bankrupting the country. Immediately, you don't support the troops. You're a communist. You're a pinko, blah, 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 and they bury you. So now everybody has to shut the fuck up, and then they can keep doing their business. Yeah, I'm bringing the Middle East into this, Paul.
Yeah, I was just going like I was with you with the baseball, and then now I don't know what happened.
Because, Paul, it's all business. It's all fucking money. That's all it is. It's all fucking money. That's all people care about. That's all fucking people care about. The psychos at the top. They don't give a fuck about the environment. They don't give a fuck about kids. They don't give a fuck about old people. They don't give a fuck about veterans. They don't. The NFL doesn't give a fuck about their own players. You saw how they looked the other way when they knew that CTE was a problem. When they settled out of fucking court, what did they do? They gave them like $700 each. Go fuck yourselves. We're done. Over. Thank you for playing.
Same with steroids in baseball. Yeah.
Right. So it's like these fucking guys, like you see them, they're all multi-millionaires, billionaires. They're not happy with that, Paul. They want more. They're not happy with the NFL being number one. They want to go global. They're having more in these fucking games. They want to keep growing it, keep growing it, keep growing it. How do you do that? You need to have superstars. Okay, so right now they're behind that train. And that's how that fucking works. And I'm not saying that they didn't do that with the Patriots. I'm not saying that. When you're on top, you're going to get the calls. So that's part of my thing right now. If you're going to knock them off, this is like boxing. You can't outpoint the champ. You have to knock them out. And that is as you were saying, dude, they're like tackling defensive fucking. I mean, dude, that's how I won money on the Super Bowl last year. I'm like, this guy's the anointed one, and they're getting fucking points. It was the easiest bet I ever made. I didn't even think about the money. The Chiefs are getting points in the Super Bowl.
I remember.
Somebody on the team is dating Taylor Swift. There's so many fucking revenue streams here. The 49ers are going to have to beat them 1.5 times. That's just how it fucking works.
Yeah. Yeah, and it sucks.
Having said that, Paul, like if Mahomes gets 4, that's great for the league because then it becomes, is he going to, like, having 3 versus 4. 4, all of a sudden, it makes it doable. And then this keeps everybody on the hook. Rooting for or fucking against. Dude, you know my favorite thing the other day? I'm watching the fucking... I know I'm on a rant here, right? I was watching the Red Sox yesterday, right? So, we're down 2-0 ninth inning against the Blue Jays. This fucking ball comes in and barely skims the top of the Red Sox lefty, his front foot. Hit by a pitch, they send him to first base. So then they go to the review. And fucking Euclid finally fucking said it. He goes, I mean, look, the ball kind of changes direction or whatever, but you can't, this is really close to tell. Can't really tell. He goes, but they're sending it to New York, so we'll see what the fuck happens. As a Boston guy, I love that. The fact that so much of sports, the storylines come out of New York. I also think that that's why Jim Irsay was never fucking called out for being a fucking completely full of shit and a cheater himself, because you inherently had New Yorkers controlling these, and then you guys fucking hate us and we hate you. So we were behind the fucking 8 ball. That's the end of my conspiracy theories, by the way.
No, man. I listen, they played favorite to Jordan, didn't they? When Jordan became Jordan and Jordan was the league, when David Stern was, rest his soul, Jordan got calls, dude. He talked a ref into a call. He just did. And the same thing, but I agree with you. It sucks when it happens in a big football game. The 49ers needed to dominate the only way to win. You're right. It sucks.
I think now though, with the amount of money that's on the table, which is way more than back in the day, it's gotten pretty egregious. And then also sort of the panic, I think that older people that are running shit are having right now, trying to figure out what device young people are going to gravitate towards next. I mean, there's people now, I guarantee you, there's young people now who don't even watch TV They go to bed every night. They have a gummy and they just they scroll videos. I've been guilty of that. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I got to get.
I was gonna say, hey, don't knock me, all right?
Yeah. Okay. So look, I'm in my 50s. You're in your 40s, and you're doing that. Okay. And they have this thing that got built up on the television, which is now becoming like a record player. So there's all of that going on. So what keeps people invested, like you and me, Paul, no matter what, we're going to watch the game. But like what keeps the casual fan and all these other revenue streams is the fucking storylines. So the storyline this year, I feel, is can they three-peat? If you remember last year, the storyline was Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. Like, let's hype this up. It's a great story.
Well, that's going on now a little bit too, though. Right now, it's going on a little bit.
Yeah, but the hype is way less. That's why the Jets are kind of like my fucking dark horse here.
Sleeper, yeah.
Like, I mean, people forget Aaron Rodgers is still fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Okay, and like I know he's in his 40s, but like early 40s is like fucking, I swear to God, 33, 34 when I was growing up, and like that guy's he's gonna do some fucking damage.
Yeah, especially after that injury, dude. He wants to.
Yeah, and they're not playing him, and they're holding on to the, making sure. What the fuck was that? Did you just hear that hawk?
I mean, that sounded like a bird real close.
I think it just killed something. Anyway, so it's going to be, so if Joe Burrows and the Bengals, as you say, instead of the Bengals, they like the level that they're going to have to beat them. I mean, I've heard guys say that about the NBA. Like, we're playing a team. I'm going to go in there and beat them. And like a former NBA guy goes, that's the so-and-sos, and they're the storyline this year. So we're not, if it's a 1-point game, a 10-point game, we're not winning that game. He goes, to beat these guys, we're going to have to be up by 18.
Yep. I remember.
Where it would be so obvious that they massaged it.
I remember that. I know who you're talking about too. But dude, what about Cincinnati having it won and then the player sitting on the bench while everybody left and he just stayed there with his head down because he did that 15-yard penalty, which ruined the game for him? I mean, that's fucking brutal, dude.
Yeah. Well, who hasn't been there, Paul?
Yeah, I know, dude.
At some point in your life, you've been that guy sitting alone on a bench.
Oh.
Just for you and me, it's a park bench. As you mutter to yourself. I mean, she got in my face like she was going to kick my ass.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you going to say? What are you going to do? I don't know. Fucking pay a lot of money to contribute to this family? Pay the bills? What are you going to do, Bill?
I don't know. Make stupid money on the road so you can go buy some more bags. I don't know. What am I going to do? I don't know.
Buy another beautiful car? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe go on another vacation. I don't know. You're going to do something, though.
Go on another vacation where you decide where we go and how long we're going there and who's invited? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't know. That's I don't know. Go to a resort you picked.
I mean, I had other ideas, but it wasn't worth it. And all you got is football, Paul. All you got is football and sports. And now they got him in the booth, and you just can't get away from him.
Dude, when your wife is on vacation with you and she goes, "What do you want to do today?" It's like, I don't know. What excursion did you pick?
Listen, I got to give it up to my wife. She's great to go on vacation with because she's totally content to not do shit. Like, it's funny. I got some gigs coming up in Paris, and we've been to Paris like 4 times. Like the fucking Louvre can go fuck itself. All of those people. I went in there one time. I was like, "Where's the Mona Lisa?" I went to get it. It was the size of a fucking iPad, and there was like 1 million people taking pictures. And I was like, "I have to get the fuck out of here." And then I would just immediately go to a cafe and I was drinking back then, and I would light up a cigar, and we would just sit there day drinking, watching Paris go by, and had the best fucking. I'm going to go on the other side. Here we're going to do the sunshine. part of my wife. She knows how to hang. My wife can fucking hang. Hey, she's a great host, okay? She can fucking hang. But when she gets fucking mad, dude, oh my God. Anything is in play. What's that game where they start fucking, the end of the game, they start putting the cards down and they go on a fucking run and then it's over? Is it Fantan?
I don't know.
Parts. One of those old lady games. She does that. And like this right here is everything I've ever fucking done. And anybody who knows me, and she starts fucking playing those cards. I'm down to one card. I think I got it one. And she goes from 40 cards down to nothing.
Dude, day drinking in another country is in the top. It's incredible. Oh, Bill, I don't know if I told you this.
Going to a touristy city and not going to one tourist attraction.
I got one.
Go to New York City. You don't have to go to the top of the Empire State Building. You don't have to go to the Statue of Liberty.
No, you don't have to go to fucking all the things in Times Square.
You can skip Times Square.
Yeah.
Or go to it during the day. Just pass through. Keep fucking going.
Dude, I took mushrooms by accident. I told you the story, right?
I think it's really perfect that we brought up Bill Clinton earlier. That you're like, I smoked pot, but I didn't inhale.
You
remember that fucking?
No, I
tried
did.
Pot, but I didn't inhale.
I think
took mushrooms, but it was an accident.
I think the record shows.
I think
no.
Shows.
No, dude, this was a legitimate thing because it was a sponsor sent me. So one of the sponsors for my for the Virzi Effect podcast is Diet Smoke. So they send all kinds of THC levels. They send it to the people that want to fucking get 100 milligrams and go to another planet.
Did you say Diet Smoke?
Diet Smoke, yeah. It's just the name of a gummy company. So then
so you not get the munchies?
No, I don't know why the fuck they come up with the name, but all I know is they sent me they sent me everything from 5 milligrams to if you want to mellow out to another fucking planet, right? So anyway,
just picturing this big bale in a green garbage bag.
No, they're these little. They almost look like candy, little like gummy bear candy bags. Like so, I go get one night. Everybody was sleeping, and it was like this new bag, and I opened it up, and it said 5 milligrams, and I was like, oh, that'll help me sleep. And I was like, oh, I wonder why. It's like a cube. It's a little big for 5 milligrams, but it's only 5 milligrams. So I take the shit and it's like, gummy. And all of a sudden, dude, like half hour later, like all the sadness in my life, like came to the forefront and I embraced it, dude. And Stacy said she heard from the bedroom, I was pouring myself red wine, talking to myself. She said it sounded like I was having a party with myself. And then I go like this, I go, Alexa, play sad 80s music. And dude, this fucking like Def Leppard or one of these songs, and I'm sitting there drinking this red wine, and dude, the words are like resonating with me like crazy, dude. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like enjoying it. So then Stacy sees me in the room. She goes, why are your eyes look like that? So dude, I'm like out of it, but in a weird, different way. And I'm like, man, that new gummy they gave was a different, So dude, a week later, I go, this is the peach one that I took. And I noticed where it said Diet Smoke in the middle of the O was a mushroom. And then I remember doing the read, and the read goes, oh, and our new mushroom gummies. And I go, I took a fucking 5 milligram mushroom. Now it wasn't a lot, but dude, if I was on a higher dose, I know what you're talking about. And I'm kind of glad I didn't freak out because I thought I was on THC.
No, but you did such a pro move.
What do you mean?
A lot of people don't. The way you have a bad trip is if the sadness comes, you fight it. You just embrace it.
Oh,
and you literally just say to the universe, what are you trying to tell me?
Oh, dude, I was drinking red wine going, yeah, life is sad. It's sad. And it was nice. It was nice.
What Def Leppard was it? Bring it on the heartache.
It was like one of their slow, like love, sad, like probably not a hit. And
probably not Def Leppard either.
And it might have not been, but it sounded like them.
I'm picturing Whitesnake. Open up the door.
And I was just like,
I can't even something tonight.
Dude, Stacy goes,
is this love?
So that I'm feeling. And that's a good one. Is this love that I've been
searching for?
No, man, I loved it. Stacy goes, it sounded like you were talking to people while you were drinking wine. And I go, yeah, man, I was just feeling it, man. It was amazing.
That's what I love about women. Like, they are so fucking curious. Like, if I heard my wife downstairs muttering to herself, drinking wine, I'd be like, oh, she's having a good time. And I would just stay upstairs.
Right?
They come right down. What are you talking about? Why are your eyes like that? They're like, it's like living with Columbo.
Yeah.
Me and my wife a raincoat. Just have her come downstairs. Hey, just one more thing. You're playing.
She's got a fucking fedora and a cigar.
Oh, there was just one more thing. You're watching the sports all the time. What are you getting out of it?
What are you guys doing on the balcony? That's so fun. A trench coat with a fedora.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, hey, I was at the gym today. Paul, you're in fucking trouble with that pull-up bet.
Oh.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
What do we got? We got like
Paul, I'm doing 8 with my legs. I can't say straight up, but like that. That's the secret. Kids, if you want to increase your pull-ups, if you have a problem doing that, be careful with your lower back. But if you have your legs straight out, be okay with going from 8 bad ones down to 4. But like with your legs out like this, going up and down like that, it adds a degree of difficulty and builds up the strength without having, you don't have to, those fucking people that have like a 45-pound weight hanging on them. It's so fucking dumb. Just stick your legs out. You're fine. What is that 45-pound weight for?
Yeah.
In case you're in a fire and you can carry your kid. Like the dad adrenaline's not going to do that. But if you do that, you can increase. And what happens is I could do like 7 with it like that. And then when I bring my legs straight down like that, it's like I took off a weighted vest and I'm able to bang out the other 3. Paul, get that money ready.
I want to give that money to you.
You sound like a Yankee fan when we beat you in 04 after giving us shit. Then you're like, no, I'm happy for you guys.
I mean,
Paul, you're competitive. You want to win. Paul, forget about the fucking Chiefs. That's not the story. The story is, can Paul Virzi, for the 4th time, beat the book? Dude, the bookie crosses the street when Paul Virzi comes down the street. This fucking guy. Listen,
if I'm a whale, I'm taking me all year, no? If I'm a whale, I just go with the kid all year and see what happens.
I mean, I you know something? They're going to be like, Paul, your back's up against the wall here. People are thinking, like, how long can this kid do this? Like this, the luck. They're calling it luck, Paul.
Yeah.
They think it's lucky. You think you're lucky. They're like, when is this kid's luck going to run out?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Your boy Paulie here is going to Munich. And not only am I performing in Munich on November 8th, but on November 10th, I'm going to see my New York Football Giants play the Carolina Panthers in Munich. I'll be there like I was there in London. And come and see me in Germany. Baltimore, September 13th and 14th too. PaulVirzi.com. Bill,
what's that? What were you when we were over there? You kept schnitzel?
Oh, schnitzel. I can't wait.
Yeah. Kenny kept getting the pretzels.
Schnitzel to me is like their Italian dish. It's breaded. It's like a cutlet. It's like a cutlet. Throw a little lemon on there. Oh, dude. German food is, hey, I tell you, after going to London, German food's a pleasure, okay? Germany's Paris compared to London. I mean, London, Indian food's incredible. That's what you got to go with. If you go to London, go to Indian food.
Yeah, but that's Indian people making it. That's still not like...
Well, no, there's no food in like London that's like their own that's good.
I'll be honest with you. It took me a while. That English breakfast or fish and chips, but it's really fucking heavy. Like I get the English body. You know, they got like the skinny 7th grade arms coming out of like that fucking bloated, like the Will Ferrell torso.
Yeah.
Like, they all kind of fucking look like that. And it's like, I think it's changed a little bit now because everybody's like on the internet.
Yeah.
And it has like an Instagram page. You can only get so fat before people just start fat shaming you. That is one good thing about social media. Is it that'll keep you in shape. Unless you want to play the victim card. You guys, I have an addiction to donuts.
All right, well, guess what next week is, Bill? Next week we will be sitting here picking our games for week 1. I can't believe how fast it went.
Yo, I was going to tell you, when I was at the gym, before I fucking had to tell everybody how many fucking pull-ups I was doing, because I can't get enough attention in my life. I saw this fucking kid. Oh my God, I did a screenshot and it's over his fucking name. Oh, you motherfucker. I think it's Holt. What is his name? Goddamn motherfucker. Maybe this is such a classic old guy move right here. Oh, there he is. Jimmy Horn Jr.
Yes.
Of the Colorado Buffaloes. Did you see that catch and that fucking move to the outside? Lightning quick, Paul. Like a fucking cat smacking a snake away. You ever watch those fucking videos? They walk right up to a poisonous snake.
Wait, did you say
the thing comes in, pulls back, and whoosh.
Did you say Joe Horn Jr.? No, who?
Jimmy Horn Jr., number 5 for the Colorado Buffaloes. Paul, I don't use this word a lot. The man is electrifying.
Oh, all right.
That's the only thing that was missing was like fucking like Back to the Future lightning as he was going down he fucking caught it over the middle, gave this guy this lightning quick move. Next thing you know, he was on the sidelines, and it was like Bo Jackson when he was on the Raiders against Seattle.
That's awesome, dude.
Lightning quick.
We saw North Carolina last night beat Minnesota in Minnesota because Minnesota missed a field goal when they were up by down by 1 to win the game.
That's amazing. Hey, is Colorado, is that the one that Deion's coaching?
Yeah, he has 2 sons. 2 sons. His son threw 3 touchdowns last night, and his other son's a D-back. And apparently both going to the NFL next year.
All right. Well, this is what I liked about what I saw, the highlights, is, he's only been there, what? Is this his 3rd season? 2nd season?
No, this is his 2nd.
Okay. The team that I'm just watching the highlights is taking on his personality. Like how exciting, how fast, and that next level of play. I mean, I know they were playing like fucking North Dakota, whatever. It's a cupcake game, as far as I know. But still, like, that's a fun team to watch, and he's got some players, dude. Like, can you imagine Deion Sanders coming to recruit you?
Oh,
where else are you going?
Oh my God, him sitting with your mother in the living room joking, be over.
His rings, he's done it all. He's in the Hall of Fame, ridiculously charismatic, and he's one of like the most talented guys who ever did it. I mean, like it's so. I don't know how so many other programs like slept on this guy. Like, there's so many programs that were good when I was a kid that like have just fallen off. Like Nebraska in the 80s, dude. I got to make sure somebody's coming to my house at noon here. When Nebraska in the fucking 80s, dude, they were a powerhouse.
Yeah.
And they fell off sometime, and they've fallen off for like 30 years.
Yeah, and then after that it was the Miami Hurricanes, right? They went on a run, didn't they?
Miami Hurricanes and Nebraska. That was one of the great Orange Bowls of all time.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson. I think Jimmy won that one. Yeah, dude, that was just like oh man, those were the days. I saw a guy today was saying how these guys in the NBA couldn't play 20 years ago, and it's just like, dude, if they were born when you were born, they would play the way you played, and if you were born,
yes,
when they were born, you would be playing the way they played. It's different. It's like a professional athlete's a fucking professional athlete, and people just, when they look at the game has changed. It's just like, you couldn't play during my era. It's just like they would have adjusted.
Yeah.
They would have played differently.
That's what Jordan and all them say. It's not you just take that guy in that time and he's got access to everything that the guy today has, and that's it. It's like, it's the same shit.
Yeah. Like the rules of the game, with the analytics has turned it into this perimeter game. I think that's really hurt the game. Like, analytics is the fucking worst thing as far as like, it just becomes math. And then it's like, you can't put anything on a coach anymore. Like, why did you do that? Oh, the analytics said to do it.
Man, the fucking Lions. I watched the Lions. He fucked it up. You take the points. You're down fucking 17. Then you go.
I'm having a bad influence on you, dude. That was like me. You went from like just sitting there to like.
No, because I watched
the Lions.
I watched the doc with Lucas, and even Lucas was sick. You're on the road in San Francisco in the NFC Championship game up 17. They make it 14. And you have an opportunity from a 30-yard field goal to go back up 17. And instead on 4th down, you don't take the points because that's what we did all year and that's how we play. And you know what happens on the road if a home team gets a 4th down stop, place goes fucking nuts. When I go to MetLife,
it was also the how important those extra 3 points were. I forget what the score was, but it was going to put them down by another score, and they were coming away with points. And yeah,
and the crowd, like analytics doesn't realize the crowd.
Yeah, he didn't take into consider what is
there's a shift happening fucking here.
You gave him hope. You woke him up.
Dude, I know when I go to MetLife and I see the Giants get like a 4th and 4 stop, the place goes fucking ape shit and the whole fucking everybody's charged up. You're in the NFC Championship game. And he's like, that's what I did all year. And all his players backed him up. That's what coach did all year. We said we're going to go get those yards. It's like, dude, you got a kicker right there, a fucking chip shot. Go back up 17 and keep this place quiet, you fucking dope.
Exactly. Well, it's like when I'm running errands with my wife and then all of a sudden I have time to dip into one of those Italian joints to get a little affogato. You know?
Hey, Bill.
Totally turns the day around. All of a sudden, I'm running the conversation.
Hey, Bill, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Dude, my wife said that to me like she was going to fucking beat my ass. She said it to me like I was that fucking guy signing over my restaurant. It's a fucking shame. It's a fucking shame.
Yeah. Well, we got to wrap this puppy up.
You know what your wife needs? Your wife needs a hideout. You know what I mean? Like how the mobsters hang out there. That's what wives should be doing. Then we're coming down.
And just go out with your girlfriends.
Sitting out there like fucking John Gotti. All right, Paul. I don't know if we talked much about football, but I feel a lot better. This is
we're going to. Well,
I got some conspiracy theories out.
Nah. Well, listen, football's coming next week. We're going to make the picks next week.
If next week neither Paul or I are there, that means our wife followed through and kicked one of our asses.
Means I'm in court. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode of Anything Better. We will be back next week with week 1 picks. We are back in the saddle again. We'll see you next week. I'm Paul Virzi. Check out paulvirzi.com for all my dates. That's it. We'll see you next week, right, Bill?
100%, Paul. Hey, Paul, and just don't forget. What are you going to do?
All right, everybody. See you next week. Take care.